Hey guys, it's Joe here, and I am here with Angelic Love Note number 13 already. Oh my goodness. So today came through this, and actually it was wonderful because I was listening to an Abraham Hicks recording on YouTube, and all of a sudden, and I was still in bed, and I got this like this in my head, like this excited reverberation. So this is what came out of further meditation. So you nothing has, and we've talked about this before, but nothing has any meaning until we give it one. So circumstances in life are neutral. Everything is neutral. An event, happenings, circumstances, people, everything is neutral. And then we attach a meaning to it, to whatever happened, and that's when it has a meaning. And that's why I've used this example before, but that's why two witnesses to an accident almost never see the same thing, because they're looking at it from the meaning that they've attached to it. So, and for meanings, we look to, when we attach it as a human, we look for outside confirmation. So we will look to others for agreement. And we learned that really early. And actually what came through this morning as I was typing this was when kids are really little and they fall down, they don't react until they look around to see how the adults are reacting, and then they react accordingly. So if a child falls and you go, "Oh my gosh, are you okay?" then they're like upset and cry. If you go, "Oh, look at that," and they just bounce right back, or you don't even comment on it, then they will just get up and carry on. So we learn really on to look for outside influence on how we are to react to things. And that's how we learn, like appropriate behavior is what we call it. But so if people around you think a circumstance is sad and they're all mopey and crying or whatever, then as a child you will mimic that, even if you don't quite understand, because you want to fit in. So, but kind of circling back, so we give meaning by looking to outside influences and from our past history. What would happen if, instead of looking to other humans for what kind of a meaning to give an event, we connected to ourselves? What if we connected back to source? And I've used this example many times. This is your human self, and this is your higher self, which is you. It's just the greater part of you that's not in your body all the time. When you're connected like this, we get inspiration. What if you looked to you to give the meaning? What would be most nurturing for me? What would be most empowering for me? What meaning can I give this thing, this circumstance, this event, these words somebody is saying? What meaning can I attach to it that would empower me rather than disempower me? And that is, when we feel good, it means that we have aligned ourselves with the meaning that your higher self would give it. So if I see somebody acting in a certain way and I attach the meaning, "Oh, they're being mean, they're being thoughtless, I can't believe they said that, that's awful, I feel bad," that is my indication that I have looked for outside agreement rather than inside agreement. Because my higher self knows the bigger story. It knows that that person is in fear, that person is in upset, that person is triggered. That's why they're acting the way that they are. My higher self has compassion. Oh, I love how that kind of all came together, right? So my higher self has compassion for that person. It's not judging them and sentencing them all in one go, but that is what maybe outside would come to agree with. So when I feel good about the meaning I have attached, that means that I am connected to and in agreement. Oh, I like that. In agreement with what my higher self thinks. what source thinks. When I feel bad about the meaning I have agreed to, then it means I look to outside sources. It means I often looked outside myself for the meaning of something. Now, when I thought of that, and then I thought, well, how can I possibly look at a situation where someone is being abused and have any thought than that is awful? Or if it was me, so maybe it was me that was being mistreated, how could I possibly attach a meaning that would be positive without it being kind of hokey, you know? But maybe the meaning that you could attach to that is, okay, this happened again, but you know what? The meaning that I'm going to give it this time is, this is the key, this is the indicator that it's time for me to go. That it's time for me to stand up for myself. That this is the indicator this time that I am stronger than I thought, and I am still here, and I ain't putting up with this anymore. Maybe that's the meaning I could attach. That feels pretty empowering. That means that meaning is in agreement with my higher self. How could I possibly look at the wars going on around the world right now, especially this time of year, and think anything but a negative thing? Well, it's not so much about positive Pollyanna thinking. It's, what meaning could I give it that actually feels good, and then I know is in alignment with my higher self, with source, with love. And as I've talked about before, it's the meaning perhaps may be, and you have to work it out for yourself, because I'm attaching to my higher self, not yours. So my higher self agrees with, this is a call for love. This is the time when people are going to wake up to that this isn't okay anymore. This is the time when people are going to be motivated to give more love than fear. My higher self can get behind that. So it was kind of like this big download of when I say that they download in blocks of thought, I'm not kidding. This was like a big block of thought this morning. So nothing has any meaning until we give it one. And humans are meaning-making machines. So, and often, as I've said before, judgment making, we judge people all the time. Like, we just judge, period. It's just how humans work. So same kind of thing. So we are meaning-making machines, but nothing inherently has a meaning. It's all neutral until we give it one. When we are in alignment with our higher self, with our inner core, with the greater part of us that is part of source, the meaning feels good. When we feel bad, it means that we have disregarded, we are not in agreement with our higher self, and we have looked to outside circumstances or our past history to attach a meaning. And it's often disempowering. Nothing has any meaning. Nothing has any meaning. We give it the meaning. So especially this time of year, there is so much meaning packed into the season. It is, yeah. And there's like, it doesn't live up to expectations, and it doesn't live up to Hallmark movies, and they gave me this, or they didn't give me that, so that means that they don't love me, or that they love them better, or whatever. So look, this is like the ripe time for, the perfect time for noticing, where are you getting your meanings from? And are they in line with what feels good? Or are you agreeing to outside circumstances or past history that is not making you feel good? This is the perfect time of year to notice this. And what kind of meaning, and who cares if other people agree with you or not? That's beside the point. We are so programmed to try and fit in. There's not that fear anymore. We're not going to be left out in the cold if literally starving to death if you're not part of the tribe or the group or the village or whatever. but you can go against the current and feel empowered. Yeah, so I hope that made sense. I love you guys. Have a fantastic day. If you have questions, leave them below. And otherwise, I love you. Mwah!